Guys, you made it. Guys, you made it to another Friday. Congratulations. Thank you for all your hard work this week, guys. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you did this week, just know that, you know, you're important and you have value. Just know that. Know that, understand it, appreciate yourselves. And most importantly, give you guys another round of applause. I appreciate you guys for being here. Tuning into another stream. And today we're going to talk some more master modes. Because I think that people who watched the stream after didn't watch the entire stream. They heard one thing. And they decided that they're going to take my words and misinterpret them. You know what, Jim? You get another round of applause. Jim has been here and supported my channel for at least like the past year. At least. Puffed Muffin. Jael. Bokeman, Canop, welcome. Thank you all for being here. So, we're gonna start this. I'm gonna start this with a question that I want the chat to answer. Why did the Ion originally get nerfed? Why was the Ion nerfed? I just want to start a discussion here if we can. Well, we thank you for being here, JL. You get a round of applause. Can I be get a round of applause? It was overkill. Why was it overkill? It was overkill because it interrupted at the time the light fighter meta, right? People saw an ion in their gladius or their arrow, and they decided that, you know what, we should complain about this because we don't think this size 7 gun should one-shot our light fighters, right? And I have a difference of opinion. I believe you fuck around, you should find out. That's my opinion. Go and fuck around with that size 7 if you want to. And if you're dumb enough to sit in front of it and the pilot's skilled enough to hit you and you die, I believe that's fair play. I believe it's fair play. So CIG, in their infinite wisdom, added to the light fighter meta. Right? And here's what I'm saying about master modes, guys. My entire point about this is if they went and made the weapon changes that they made now with the size 5 weapons and kept speeds and maneuverability the same, there would be no light fighter meta. And here's my other issue with master modes. It's way too easy for people to backstrafe. Still. Because if I have to use all of my boost trying to get close to you, and the thing that you can do is just then back up and say, nuh-uh. What the hell is that? I've worked and maneuvered my ship into a favorable position, and all you have to do is back up. For me, it's like literally the same thing as the down fighter rule in the UFC. Like, I've put you in a compromised position, and now you've put your hand down, so I can't hit you? That's what backstrafing is like to me.
Security, please come to storage room 3 right now. Is off limits. Security, storage room 3 noticed. No one go into.
It is OP. It is OP. I don't know if you guys remember me when I fought the Constellation when I was in the in the Cuddy Blue, right? Because the Cuddy Blue, you know, it flies very well now. And we were in atmosphere, and I had maneuvered my ship. I got close to him. I did the close combat thing, used all of my boosts trying to get close to him, and all he did was back up, put his guns on me, and he essentially one-magged me. Like, it wasn't even close. And I'm not saying that I shouldn't pay the price for trying to fight a Connie. What I'm saying is, if I get into a position, I should be rewarded by keeping that position. Yeah, your front thrusters, your main thrusters are the main thrusters, and your other thrusters are not designed to propel your ship in these other directions, as they so claim. Right? What do you mean by a guard point? So, in short, guys, and I hope the people that are watching this back understand what I'm saying here is, if they would have made these weapon changes to the size 5 repeaters in the live model and just like, let's just see what happens with this. Let's increase these weapon ranges. I'm pretty sure the light fighter meta would have gone away. Because now it would have been dangerous to go up next to a Connie. It would have been dangerous to go up next to a Corsair. Because most Corsairs in the current model run ballistics because they're the best option for that ship to kill targets. Give that ship repeaters.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I'm a striker, so I'm always going to be biased towards strikers because the UFC has been, in general, biased towards wrestlers for a very long time. And a lot of these strikers are coming out with better and better takedown defense, and I think they should be rewarded for their... I thought light fighters make the hunting packs not solo. Yes, I agree with that, right? But here's what I don't agree with. I don't agree that if you have your guns on me, I can't use my light fighter ship to maneuver around the fire of your ship. That's what I don't agree with. You know, and that's one of the worst changes that they made. And everybody's talking to me about the F8. So let me talk to you guys about the F8. The F8 is supposed to be the ultimate fighting ship. Right? It's not supposed to be like a Vanguard. It's not supposed to be like a Scorpius. It's not supposed to be like a Hurricane. It is supposed to be the ultimate fighting ship. It's the Porsche GT3 RS of fighting ships. And essentially what they've done... No, armistice bug's not fixed and the HUD's still flicker. Flicker. It's a new word I just made up. Come on. I think Xenothreats killed the servers. It's bad. But yet, light fighters should hunt in packs, right? I agree with that statement. But at the same time, you know, because the speeds are so slow, and because you can just backstrafe and get your guns on target, like how's that any good? And the F8 is now just a regular heavy fighter. It's not a cut above the rest. Like, the lore is now wrong because the F8 is not that much different from a Vanguard. It's not that much different from a Hurricane. It's not that much different from a Scorpius. And then somebody in the comments had the audacity to tell me, bro, you're complaining about a flight model that's not finished yet. I'm like, they gave us an unfinished flight model. Like, what do people want me to say? And they want feedback on their unfinished flight model. So I'm providing them feedback on their unfinished product. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to think about. Like, even in Squadron 42, they're like, have you seen the F8? Have you seen the F8s yet? And the guy's giving the specs on the ship. I'm just like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense because it flies like shit. The Cuddy Blue is better. And then I want to talk about something else that was brought to my attention. Avenger 1 put out a video that makes it look like the new meta is even smaller, lighter fighters. Yeah. Any ship that's fast is going to be better. Any ship that can hit but not be hit is better. And I was saying this last night or early this morning in Void Dude stream. I was up because like I can never sleep at night, although I'm always fucking tired. But I was having a conversation with them, and they were, and Nerve and some of those guys were saying like, oh no, the light fighters feel good. I'm like, no, they don't. I was trying to get in and show you guys the Mark II Hornet, but it looks like I'm probably gonna have to switch servers. Good lord. When we are also the fastest, it's the fastest that will be king. Exactly. Oh my god. I can't switch servers because this thing's broken all the time. Jeez. Alright. Hold on, guys. Let's do it like this. Because I did record something last night. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's do it like this. This is from last night. I hope you guys can see what I got here on screen. I recorded this last night flying the F7. Right now, I'm in STM gun mode, right? This is from last night. Now, I'm just going to kind of let this play out, and I want you guys to tell me... Well, Luna, I don't think you have my notifications turned on. I think you turned them on, Luna. I want you guys... tell me if this looks fun. Now, for context, where this is next to the Stanton Pyro jump point, there's some weird gravitational anomaly that's pulling the ship in all directions, right? And I want you guys to observe this, and I want you guys to tell me if this looks fun. Like, it's so bad that not even going slow is helping desync. So for me, speed's not a problem. Because we're going slow as shit, and they're still all over the place. Look at this. We're going slow, but he's desyncing. And because of this weird gravitational anomaly, I can't fucking turn my ship. Like, I'm being shot and there's nothing letting me know that I'm being shot other than visual cues. Speed, the slower speed are not fixing the desync though. I would argue the desync's actually worse. I would argue that it's worse. I just want people to, I just want to ask people like, does this look fun? If you're watching this and you're like, man, nah, it's their servers are shit. That's what I think it is. I mean, you could be right though, Mesa. It's like, oh, nope, he's over here. Let me turn this slow ass ship. But I had to tell you guys, like for sure, this wasn't. The ship wiggles due to two things. One, it's a server call, and two, it's the cry engine. I mean, you could be right about the cannot. And the other thing that I want to point out here too is that in the live model, if your target, right, goes anywhere into like these areas of your ship, you don't lose your pip, right? My target could be like all the way down here and I can know exactly where I'm going to hit. But it seems like with this new targeting, they've made it to where your pip will disappear if it's in the edges of these pillars right here. If it's in these pillars, if it's anywhere in here, you can't see your pip. If you're trying to use lag pip, that is. Lead pip, it's all in the same area, but and it just makes it very, very strange. I don't know if they're using virtual machines or not. I can confirm that. And good thing I was paying attention to my MFDs there because I was being shot from behind. Didn't even know it. I'm just like, this wasn't fun. This was annoying. This was super annoying. You see how the pip disappears once it gets over here? I think eventually I said F this because the gravitational anomaly is so... The gravitational anomaly is what's making all this even worse, right? It takes what Master Modes is, right? And it makes it that much worse to use. And then you have to leave combat, right? Drop your shields, fly over here. And I'm just like, why? No, I don't think I'll ever use precision targeting. Like, I don't understand like why you would want to use that in a dogfight when there's other people shooting at you. I will keep my spatial awareness because there's sound bugs to where you don't know when you're being shot. And this part for me, like, this is just a me thing, but this to me just looks like super cluttered, and it's like very hard to see who you're targeting because they're all like bunched up, right? But in this moment, you know, when I was recording this, I was thinking like, man, if someone were to bring like an A2 bomb via via SRV and fling at all these ships, I think that'd be pretty fun. I agree with that, but what I don't agree with is like the mode switching. It's like if you're telling me that, hey, we have to go from combat here to combat there, and I have to drop my shields while there's people shooting at me, that just sounds retarded. What up? What up, Warlock? I switched to lead pip here because like the lag, I couldn't see my pip because it just disappears. I use precision. Can you use precision targeting with the ion? Because that's what ship I would use it for. Like, I don't think all ships should have precision targeting. I really just don't. Yeah, I feel like ships like the ion need it. And maybe you can have it on turrets, ships that have turrets, but like a light fighter having precision targeting just seems like a gimmick to me. Oh, this is the video. I'm not actually flying right now. I'm watching a recording because the servers are such shit right now. This is the recording. If I can get back into the game, I'll take a look at it though, for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to show this from last night and just give my opinions that like master mode, this is not fun. Like nothing about this was fun. And then also like I don't know, like I don't know what setting I need to change, but it just seems like whatever direction I look in, and I don't have my Toby just set up to target with my eyes, but it seems like, you know, there's this thing in master modes where it like auto targets like the closest thing to you, which I don't like. And I kept having to cycle through my targets, and then, you know, this happened. But I think even precision targeting favors people who are on keyboard and mouse, though. And then, you know, the desync and stuff was back. And I'm just like, man, like with more players, this is not going to get better, you know? A lot of people were, you know, from my last stream, Mesa Pork Chop, they were coming at me for being critical of master modes. And they're like, it's not finished yet. And my big thing is like, well, they gave it to us unfinished and they want feedback on it. So it's like, well, like, what do you want me to do? Like, they're asking for feedback and I'm telling them that, like, hey, it sucks. It's not good. Like, everything that I love about the Mark II Hornet is gone in master modes. It is causing civil war. I think you're right about that. Simcade never works. That's why games like Forza always wind up falling off the cliff. People don't like the Simcade stuff. And they've got to fix this sound bug. Not knowing when you're getting shot is terrible. The need for slower speeds. Yeah, let's make it even slower. Let's just make it to where you get in front of the guy, and you just stop in front of each other. You go nose to nose. And may the best man win. You just sit and you have combat with each other. Like, I seriously, like, if they would have put this flight model out, like, I wonder how much of these F7s they would have sold. Because the F7 is not even the best ship to do the mission with. Like the F7 is like, the Mark II is too weak to be in fights. It's too weak in every sense. You can't take hits. You cannot take hits in this thing. And then people are saying, well, you're saying that, you know, that Life Fighter should fight, you know, bigger ships. I'm like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, if you give me weak ass shields and no maneuverability, that's not a fun flight model. Either give him the shields or give him maneuverability. Give me something. Because just getting hit at 2 kilometers every fucking time, like 2 size 1 shields don't do anything for this ship. If it had 2 size 2 shields, I'd be like, okay, you know, now we're getting somewhere. But it literally has the exact same shit. Yeah, the rest of this is just literally me just trying to get in and try to repair this ship. And then when I got my hangar, it was like all the way over there. This was bad. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get back in the game real quick. See if I can switch servers now. Bro, it's not finished yet. Is any feature in this game finished? Just asking for a friend. The 7A has the same. The 7A has the same shields. Mining is done. Yeah. Yeah, it's got 2 size 1 shields and a size 2 power plant. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's the exact same. It's literally the exact same stats. Except for the power plant. Yeah, I knew what you were talking about, though. I knew what you're talking about, though. You didn't get it wrong, you just got it backwards. It's the difference. That's how you absolve yourself for never being wrong. Like, I didn't get it wrong, I just got it backwards. That's what billionaires do anyway. They're just like, oh, I wasn't wrong, I just got it backwards. I don't know, I gotta test the repeaters out. Because I like the look of the attritions, especially with that paint, with that one paint scheme. But you get so little shots with all repeaters. It's not so great. I think the F8 has 2 power plants though. Yeah, but the F8 has more weapons and more shots. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, this is weird, so... No Diddy. Yeah, the iron scale and the attritions look really good. Hey, man, you mind getting up so I can get up? Hello? Hello? F8 is shit now. And people are like, oh, the F8 was OP. I'm just like, it's not OP. It's supposed to be like the best fighting ship in the game. And, like, it can't even do the thing that it's supposed to do. It's supposed to like dominate light fighters. It can't even do that now. It gets dominated by light fighters. I have a bedmate. More like it. I used a tractor beam to remove 84 bees from my Talon with a paint, and they were painted. Kept the paint. Had EL 84 bees for a while. Does the Talon have other paints? I've only seen like the one like Mistachrome paint for the Talon. I haven't seen the other ones. Nah, I think the attritions look good with the iron scale paint. Like I wouldn't want to change that. I think it's the perfect paint scheme. Because the bronze like matches up really, really well. Two hours for sale, blue and yellow. The other three I saw on Alien Week. Okay, I've never seen them, so I wouldn't know. Like I said, I've only seen like the stock default paint, which I like a lot. They really do. I like the attritions a lot. You know what I wish? Especially for like ships like the Hammerhead. Like, why does the Hammerhead not get size 5s? I feel like it should. Do you guys agree? Should the Hammerhead get size 5 repeaters? For the turrets? No, the Hammerhead has size 4s. I'm just saying, like I think the Hammerhead should be scary. Like to all ships, not just light fighters. See what I'm saying? Oh, don't get me wrong. The size 4 the Rhinos, they put in work, right? Rhinos definitely put in work. But hear me out. Hear me out for a second. Putting 2 size 5s on those turrets, you know, that would make it really, really scary. That Mark 1 2 nose turret looked like an aftermarket Apple product connected to it. Did they update the Mark 2 turrets and like all that stuff, or are we still going to be just rocking with Mark 1 components? It's not even scary to even with players, not to mention AI. Yeah. Put whatever drains the capacitors out the fastest. There's an idea. Like, I just like these weapon changes. Like, I want to see this in the live model. Like, who else kind of agrees that if bigger ships had repeaters that can shoot at 2 kilometers, like, I think that would have taken care of the light fighter meta. Because the fact that you can be shot at 2 meters, or 2 kilometers, not 2 meters, 2 kilometers. I would hope you can get shot at 2 meters in a ship. But the fact that you can shoot at 2 kilometers and land shots, it would mean that you would have to really work hard to get close to a big ship. Yeah, the Galgarians got a fast fire rate and a velocity buff. That's exactly right. Like, why not try that out in live? You know, and it's funny, like how people, you know, how people talk to you, right? Because they just assume something. Most people don't know that out of every ship in the game, I have more seat time in an A2 than every other ship in the game by far. I fly the A2 more than any other ship in the game, and it's not even close. So it's funny to me when people are like, "Oh, you just want the light fighter meta." I'm like, "Have you not watched my videos?" I fly the A2 more than any other ship. The mass driver nerf was huge because the mass drivers was the only thing that gave smaller ships a chance against bigger ships to be able to kill them somewhat quickly. Yeah. Like, the A2 was like my everything ship. I literally use it for everything. PvP, PvE, cargo, bunkers. I use that ship for fucking everything. So the fact that people say that I want a light fighter meta is crazy. No, I want the A2 to be great. I don't want my A2 fucking nerfed. It's like this, guys. I liked where the A2 was in terms of like the Corsair and the Connie, right? Because on its own, the A2 is like, it's a very good ship, right? It's a very good ship. But the thing about it is, it has better maneuverability than both of those ships, right? It rolls better, it turns better. So you can get into a fight with a Corsair that has 6 guns on it, right? And still win because you can outmaneuver the Corsair and the Corsair has weak ass shields. And you could do the same thing with a Connie, okay? You can outmaneuver a Connie, you can kind of like work around it. But the Connie can also backstrafe you and hit you with missiles, and you know, it has guns and it has really good shields on it too. And I felt like that was, you know, a very good place. I feel like that was a very good place for the excuse me. yawning all of a sudden. That was a very good place for the fighters, for those ships to be, because they felt like individual ships. And now they all feel the same. How dare you call the Herc cheating? How dare you? How dare you? I need to get that sound bite. Do I have that one on here? No, I don't. I need to add that to my stream deck.
How dare you?
There we go. How dare you? There we go.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
Talk about my A2. My Herc being too good. It's supposed to be good. And I can't get out of it, so this is gonna be a podcast today, guys. Ocular Night, Master Mode's gimbal sucks so bad right now. My God, it's rough. That's probably because of the desyncing of the other AI things. Have you tried that with PvP? I'm sure they work pretty fine with PvP because you can't avoid shots anyway. It's like easy mode. I don't know. Like I personally have put the taken the gimbals off, so. I've long pressed Y, I short press Y, I diddy press Y. I did everything to Y, and I still can't get up. I've done everything except for take some Viagra. Maybe if I do that, my players stand right up. I did. It's probably a good idea to do some reacts, huh? Yeah. Game's not working anyway, right? Go away. Let's see. Where's Burks? No, this is not the... Let's see who's talking about.
Downfall? True. As long as they iterate more, it'll be better than the stale meta we have in the PU. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe that's why I like Master Mode so much, is because the current meta just sucks so much. I don't have fun. playing the current meta in Star Citizen. I have fun playing Master Modes. I don't know what to tell you guys.
That sounds like some CIG simp work to me. You have fun playing Master Modes.
Master
Okay.
Modes is fun. The current meta blows. Not just about fighting. Bro, I love flying around the PU in Master Modes. It feels great. I don't get it. Like, I don't get why, like, the complaints about flying around the PU in Master Modes feels bad. It feels great to me. It feels awesome.
Does it? No,
Yeah,
it
read the
doesn't.
concerns on Spectrum.
You're taking more steps to do the same things feels great.
Link 'em. I'm down.
He's shilling.
So, the highest upvoted one right now is... Thank you for opening the thread. I want to start off by saying this. I was excited for the 323 drop because I wanted to get my hands on Master Modes and properly try every ship. I truly believe it was the future and can confidently say that I'm scared to death now of never being able to go back to 323. Live isn't perfect, I know. PvE players, I'm with you. Hear this out. It looks like whoever is responsible for Master Modes doesn't have a clue what they're doing. Yeah, it's really hard for me to take anything this guy says seriously after this. Like, it's really, really hard for me to take what he says after this. Because, like, it's clearly based in bias. Based on his literal first line. You know? Like, I don't know how else to say that.
But how does it literally has 500, like at the time that he watched this, it has 509 upvotes. So 509 people agree with what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like people like this will ignore this part of it. 509 people agree. Whether you agree with what he's saying or not, other people are saying the exact same thing. They have the exact same sentiment, Burks. Okay?
But, I mean, I'm going to read through it. You have more fun in the flight model in 322.
You do.
Yeah, again, disagree. And I think a lot of people disagree.
Nope, I don't.
Why are you hell-bent on reinventing the wheel? It feels like they had interns put random values in for everything and call it balance. Yeah, this is just not my experience. What is this guy saying? Like, I can't read anything else. Why does this have 500 upvotes?
Cope. And you can tell that he's uncomfortable because he's switching around in his seat, right? So you can tell that he's uncomfortable with this, right? You can tell that he's uncomfortable. You can tell that he's not being honest because he has to move around in his seat.
That's just not true at all. It doesn't feel that way at all. Like, these people are way over-exaggerating. I don't get it. Because I agree. Well, dude, I don't know what video game you guys are playing. I don't know what video game you guys are playing, but it's clearly not the same one I'm playing. I don't have fun playing 322 combat. It sucks. It sucks. 322 combat sucks. Flying around the PU is fine. Yeah, it's fine. But flying around the PU is also fine in Master Modes. I don't see anything wrong with flying around in Master Modes. And when everyone tells me there's stuff wrong with it, they just complain about it and never give me any practical reasons on why it's bad. You can say that 322 sucks and say that Master Mode sucks, but it doesn't. That's what I don't understand. I have had fun every single time I've played Master Modes.
Burks, you want some feedback on why Master Mode sucks? Let me tell you, Burks. Let me tell you. Let me do this. Let me shut this music off real quick, so that Burks can hear me. I'm gonna tell you why this sucks, and listen up. Get a notepad out. It sucks because your maneuverability that you once had in the live model is gone. Meaning, there is no skill to land shots. Okay? You don't need to be skilled to land shots on people anymore. That's a problem. adding steps to a flight model that we already have is a problem. I don't care. And the biggest thing, like Adam is saying, it needs to be fun. People aren't having fun. I just learned how to fucking tricord, and now it's useless to me. I just figured this thing. I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. And now it's a useless skill. It's like, are we in the future or are we not in the future? Are we doing sim or are we doing arcade? Because it feels like they go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make any sense like what they're doing. And the fact that you can still joust and you can still backstrafe hasn't solved the issue. You can literally fly your ship decoupled in space, press a button that slows your ship down. So then why can't they make that same mechanic for people who backstrafe? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Every single time. That's why I don't get why people are so upset about it. I'm enjoying it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to fundamentally disagree with some of y'all. But that's okay.
You got CIG all the way up your ass.
You're totally welcome to think that. But I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Hopefully CIG will make some changes that, you know, meets everyone in the middle. That's not true, though. It doesn't even feel like this flight model feels like it's centered around fighting. It feels like it's centered around more around group play and strategic, entrance and exit from, combat, not just PvP, but PvE as well. And it's not even that hard to get in and out. Like, what's the complaint? What is the complaint? Tell me what's wrong with Master Mode.
You have no maneuverability. That's my complaint. Yeah, the guy that got the platinum ticket's complaining, right? Yeah, the one big time streamer on Twitch that got a platinum ticket is saying like, "Oh, I love master modes." Like the guy that was told when the dev was gonna be online, so he can join the server to get the platinum ticket, is saying that, hey guys, master modes is great. This is why you can't. He sounds like a CIG politician. He sounds like a CIG politician. It's like, hey guys, this isn't bad. Meanwhile, he's getting backdoor deals. You feel me?
It's outside of the combat. Give me a real reason it's bad.
He is gaslighting us, and CIG's been. I've been saying this entire time that CIG's been gaslighting us into master modes. I've been saying this for months. That they are literally gaslighting us into thinking that we need master modes, and we don't. What CIG needs to do is figure out how to make a fucking flight model. That's what they need to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, this shit is crazy because on one hand, they're saying like, oh, we need to slow combat down and all this other stuff is going to improve servers performance and like all this other shit. But we just seeing that going slow don't make it better. I just literally showed you guys like 20 minutes ago that going slow does not make this shit better. Yeah, we got sniper glint. You feel me? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Give me a real reason it's bad. Name something.
Maneuverability gone. You can't avoid shots. Ships are weaker now.
I'm not understanding.
As he's literally falling to his death right now. Because the quantum shit is still fucked
I'm
up.
with you, Dark Law. I'm with you, bro. It's just like we were begging for Daymar-style combat for years, and we got it, Dark Law. I don't know. That's what I'm not understanding about this. No countermeasures in Nav. Is that the only bad thing? So are we throwing it?
No countermeasures in Nav? That's terrible. Is that the only thing? Guys, did you guys not see me destroy ships flying around in atmosphere and nav mode? I one-mag several ships that were flying in atmo and nav mode. I was able to catch up to them because in atmosphere, you have drag, you have all the other effects. You're just as slow as anybody else that's an SCM. You're not much faster. And because I have a 2-kilometer range, depending on what you're flying, I can shoot you down quite easily. And guess what? It's a game mechanic. A lot like missile spam is a broken game mechanic. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to abuse the mechanic. Just like everybody abuses missile spam, I'm going to abuse this one. If I catch you flying around your ship in nav mode, in atmosphere, I'm shooting you down. Like, get ready. Get ready. I'm shooting you down. I don't care what you're flying. You're flying a Corsair. Cool. I'm gonna shoot off your engines before your ship is able to do anything to me. You know what I'm saying? The only thing the Cuddy Blue needs is a second shield generator. If the Cuddy Blue can get a second shield, a second size 2 shield, it'll be perfect. Literally be perfect. The one size 2 shield is a little bit weak. It's not abuse, it's meta. Exactly. So guess what I'm gonna do? And people will probably say angry things to me in the game chat, and I'll be like, look, man, I wanted you to have shields. I was an advocate for you to have shields in atmosphere. I wanted you to have your shields. I wanted you to have your speed. I wanted you to have everything. But guess what? Everyone said that this was better. So show me how this is better. I can shoot you down in nav mode. And guess what I'll be doing during the free fly? I'll be purging new players left and right, shooting them down left and right, getting them out of here. Get all the new money out of here. Why does the freelancer has 2 ties, 2 shields, but the Cuddy only has 1? I don't know. Ask John Crew at this point.
Temper tantrum over an entire flight model because one thing is bad with it?
Well, Kenneth, that's only going to work in places with low gravity and in space. It does not work in atmosphere, especially with big ships. It doesn't work. They're literally going to have to turn and fight. Like, I was fighting the Connie by myself, but imagine I have Kenneth with me in a Cuddy Blue. Imagine I have Uncle Porkchop with me in a Cuddy Blue. Imagine I have all of my friends with me and we're all in Cuddy Blues, or even Andromedas missile spamming anybody that flies around in nav mode.
I'm not saying you, Jaglaw, by the way. Not you specifically. I get what you guys are saying. A lot of you guys are just like, people don't like change, but I'm just trying to get to the bottom of the issue. You know, so we can all be happy.
I've gave you the issues. I gave you the issues. I know, like, guys, we're not having an actual conversation with Burks right now, but I'm telling you the issues. You know what I'm saying? Cuddy Blue with a man turns deadly. You get 3 people in a Cuddy Blue because in the Cuddy Blue, the co-pilot can use the missiles, right? So you have somebody in the Cuddy Blue manning the turret. You have somebody, piloting, of course, because you need a pilot, and somebody just missile spamming. Like, their only thing they have to do is sit there and just lob missiles at people. Like, come on. It's going to be disgusting what we're going to be able to do.
Got it. Hopefully.
I think you will find a lot of people on planets. I think you will, because people are going to want to check out the water simulation physics, right? So they're going to go to places where there's water. They're going to be wanting to check out all the new things in the game. So yeah, you will find people 100%. I think so.
Oh yeah, the clouds look great. Clouds look great on another note.
But yay, clouds.
I mean, guys, when I say the current flight model is bad, I can name 10 things just off the top of my head. Like,
name them.
Short, easy things. I don't get why you guys are saying it needs
Name
an
'em.
essay to explain
Name
why
'em.
master modes is bad.
Name
EM
them.
missiles, fast speeds, desync.
Okay, EM missiles. That's still a problem. That's still a problem in the current model. What else did he say? Let me back this up.
Hit reg. Like, short, easy things. I don't get why you guys are saying it needs an essay to explain why master modes is bad. EM missiles, fast speeds, desync.
Desync is still a thing now. Like, the slower speeds didn't fix desync, Burks.
Hit reg, which a lot of those things
Hit
are
reg.
being helped by master modes.
Hit reg
right?
is still bad in master modes.
Disengaging. Even for a while, you could say distortion, bad. Countermeasures,
They fix distortions.
bad, right?
Countermeasures go along with the missiles, so that's a moot point.
What are the practical things that are wrong with master modes?
Maneuverability. That's the big one. Ships not feeling unique anymore. That's a big one. That's a very big one. And I don't think that these things are properly balanced. And if people are going to argue that, well, it's not finished, well, if it's not finished, why put it out? Yeah, the Cuddy Blue shields, they work in the EPTU, to my knowledge.
They nerfed non-combat ships to the ground with their thruster capability, so they feel even worse. Okay. Let's go hop in a non-combat ship. Let's go test it out. Let's see how it feels. Master mode takes the skill out of it, along with precision mode. They contradict close action versus sniping. I don't think precision mode is going to be good at, like, taking out dogfighting. Precision mode is going to be for, like, shooting big ships, right? Now, here's what I'll agree with. I think precision mode seems kind of goofy. I kind of wish precision mode was something that was only on turrets. That is one grievance I do have with the new stuff. But that's not even a flight model thing.
That is a flight model thing. They've added it to the flight model. He is a joke. Does he ever get into an actual combat ship? No, he does he? What does he get into? Is that a Constellation? Oh, that's the Prospector.
Quote, pirate players were complaining it was too fast. I don't feel like we ever had that issue. It's also so weak. Okay. I mean, I think I see where you're coming from. It definitely feels slower than the Prospector used to feel. And you know what's the other thing? Is, wow, look how weighty it feels. But this is something that I feel like can be adjusted. You know? Like, I don't think we throw the whole model out because the
I
ship
could see
feels
it.
bad.
Maybe outrunning in a moon.
Hold on. Let me go into nav mode and see if it feels any better. This definitely doesn't feel right. It feels unintended.
Oh, look at that.
almost. Yeah, I'm literally taking off like I'm like a mole, or like even slower than a mole, like a caterpillar or something.
Oh, look at that.
They're afraid the prospector will become the combat meta. True. Like, look at this. Look how long it's taking me to turn around. I completely agree with you. This is ridiculously slow and needs to get adjusted. Completely agree. In fact, this is something that we should be advocating for before 323. Because if this makes it into a live patch, that's really going to suck for a lot of people. Because there are a lot of minors who play, and I mean, not talking about under 18. A lot of people who like mining who play Star
Well, that's a
Citizen.
little sussy right
completely-
there. That's a little sussy right there. We know what we're talking about when we say minors, okay? He didn't need to make that caveat. That's a very strange one that he made. Okay? I have a Cuddy Blue because it's my loaner ship for my Zeus Mark II.
I agree. This is lame. This feels bad. It feels unintended almost.
No, that's
People who like
that is how they intend it to be. That is an intention. You know what I mean? Like it's bad because that's how they programmed it. All right. Let's go watch Avenger 1. Jesus Christ. Oh god, this thing is 30 fucking minutes. What archetype is the prospector now? Shit, I don't even fucking know, bro. It's 30 fucking minutes. Jesus Christ. Alright.
I don't really know what else to say. I had the opportunity to take quite a few engagements in a PvP setting right here in the new master modes for 323. I don't really know what else to say other than I'd like to show you
Exactly,
the experience
Mesa.
that I've been having. Enjoy the video.
Woo.
All right.
Hold up.
Who's
Calm
your,
down.
Here's your target.
Oh,
Ooh, an M50.
hang on. I got.
So, this is kind of what Avenger 1 does. He'll be like, look, guys, I can do this, but you're flying the ship that gets hit the least. You know what I'm saying? You're flying the smallest, fastest ship.
Oh, 325A. Let's go for the 325A.
Who is it?
Mavel.
Is he on me? I believe. Huh?
Yeah, I hit him a couple times.
Yeah. He's on me. Okay. I got him.
Yeah, I'm on him here.
I'm on him.
I'm on him.
He just jousted through.
Doo-doo-doo.
Coming back in.
Got him.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I got
go to-
Tom on me.
Yep. I'm on it.
Switching to Tom.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm on Tom.
Got a few hits.
The prospector part isn't intentional. It looks like not all the ships are fully tuned archetypes, and the prospector is one of them. It has the archetype of a caterpillar. It will change. But it's just like, if it's not done, if it's not complete, why put it out? It's just like, this is my entire point.
Okay,
He
yeah, I'm
did change his
staying on
stance on
Tom
master
here.
modes. But again, he's
Oh,
using
he's turning with me here.
he's using interceptors, which is the meta, of course.
Ah,
Oh, watch out!
got a few hits on him. He's using some kind of cannons or something there.
Yep.
What are those? Oh,
Careful.
I'm down.
Got him.
There you go. I did enough damage to him.
I had 1 shot left in the mag, and I made it count. Come on, baby. Yeah, I got a couple on me here.
I gotta find you. I lost him.
Yeah, I'm heading back to the facility here with you. Yeah, here we go.
Scale up.
How is the
scale up
Archimedes feeling? I genuinely think the Archimedes will be a meta for the high skill ceiling pilots. Okay, Tom is on me here.
Yep. Oh, I see it. Got a few hits.
There we go.
And here's my entire point of like what I'm saying, guys. If Squadron 42 is actually feature complete, if it's actually feature complete, like we should be seeing more complete things coming into Star Citizen. Like the idea of Tier 0 and Tier 1 and Tier 2, like all those things need to go away. All those things need to go away. They need to be done with.
He's turning with me.
I'm on it. Oh, come on. Schnoz.
Oh. There we go. That's fine.
They're still
That's fine.
jousting.
Let him go. Don't over chase.
Wolf on me?
Blast in the Sheck and a.
Yeah, I got Bottle Wolf on me. You know. Coming to you.
Oh, fuck. Ran out of gun.
Parasite ships becoming PvP meta. I'm sure CIG will be excited for that. Yeah. There minutes of peeing going. Pew pew and got him.
Power. Well, he's taking the turn fight with me here.
I'm coming. Oof.
Got him.
Yeah, turn around. There's Bottle Wolf on me.
Heard a wolf. Yep.
Is there any other substance
Got
in
the
here?
other guy on me.
Is he only flying in the
I'm on with
Archimedes?
you, but yeah,
Damn.
took too much damage.
That's all good here.
He's only in this shit?
Coming back.
Yeah, I'm on Tom.
I see him.
All right, took his shields down. His shields are down.
I'm on him. Really good hits.
Yeah, I'm coming back in on Tom here. Oh shit.
Good hits.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like use a non-meta ship and then come back and tell me. Use an actual light fighter or something that can actually be hit, and then like make a video. And then let me see. Actually, Avenger 1, you get in the light fighters, and you go up against the interceptors, the parasite ships. Yeah.
Alpha 323 is just around the corner. And with that,
Let's
a
look at
host
water.
of new gameplay and general life in the verse features. But it also includes a variety of technological improvements like the replication layer split, our initial implementation of Vulkan, image upscaling breakthroughs, and the subject of this week's show, changes to the water rendering and simulation system that were first discussed at last year's CitizenCon. So here now are the water wizards themselves to tell us more.
You've been doing this for a while now. Why do you think people are so interested in water?
In just any scenario is such a focal point. You go to a national park, you go see the rivers and the waterfalls, you're looking up stock photos of anything. It's people focus on the water because it is just so different to kind of anything else you find in nature. Like everything's unique and everything's different, but water is just something else entirely. Wow, you're making me sound like I'm
Gatorade.
or something.
When you came aboard, did you imagine you'd be the voice master?
I still don't refer to myself as that name. Try as you might, Jared.
Hydro homie?
I guess I didn't see it being such a focus, but I'm glad that it is. It's good fun. I really like it. It's not all water. Water's just the nice things I get to talk about more.
There's no way you guys didn't see that fucking big ass ship coming from a mile away. Come on now. We're actually going to compare this to the Unreal water simulation and see where they're at.
Someone asked me when I was at SitCon recently, what makes water 3D in games? What's different to anything else? And the truth is, you have to work to make it look like water, because what we perceive as a volumetric liquid in real life, in graphics, we break down into different parts.
There's a bug in the engineering experimental modes where the SEM speed master modes is not limited to 200 meters per second. I think it's worth checking out to see how it feels.
You have the water surface, which is what you see reflected.
Well, I know how it feels not to go 200 meters per second, so.
What you can look through, where you see your waves and your foam and so on. You have the fog underneath and any particles floating around that makes you feel like you're inside water rather than just underneath a surface above you. And then you have all the
I think Kenneth has the most grass here out of anybody.
effects that go to selling that, whether it be the lighting, the caustics, the boundary when it's intersecting your visor, or any of the splashes or simulation that we're going to move on to. So we showed a slice of what we've been doing with water at SitCon last year, and what we put out into 323 is a few steps ahead of that. So we're going to show you what we've been able to do since. Getting the rendering right was really key to making sure that the sim looks right, because anything that catches your eye and tells you this isn't real is going to stick out far more than any work that we put into the sim.
It has to be said that the way we rendered water in the past in Star Citizen was not really up to scratch. So we have spent a lot of time trying to make it a lot more realistic. Water is quite an interesting thing to render. It has very complex form in its dynamics and the way it animates, but optically it's very interesting too. In some ways, water is like glass. It's transparent, it refracts and distorts light which passes through it. And it also has a surface which reflects the environment around it. In some ways, water is also like fog. It obscures the background behind it, maybe completely obscuring it. And certainly impure water will have suspended particles which themselves reflect light and give the water a cloudy hue. The water surface may feature foam, certainly where waves are occurring or at shorelines. One thing we wanted to do was improve the way we render foam on the ocean surface. This involved having it show detail when viewed close up, and also having it disperse in a very naturalistic way, where the foam breaks apart into small patches and the bubbles dissipate. One thing we did to get the details on the close-up views of foam is photograph a pan of soapy water. This gave us the required detail to project onto the foam.
So you didn't go to the ocean and just take a picture of sea foam? You made soapy water, but you didn't like go to a beach and just take picture of, okay. Cool, I mean, if it works, right?
Foam surface and give the look we wanted. It's nice to think that all of the foam you see on any ocean in the verse started its life in a soapy pan of water in my kitchen. In Star Citizen, players can enter the water. This means they can view the water from underneath the surface. So we spent lots of time making sure underwater views look correct.
But you can't swim.
Showing fogging and so on. Similarly, when the player enters the water line may cut across the player's visor, and we took a lot of time getting that to render correctly and show it as expected.
I really think the improvements that have gone into the rendering of the water, especially the surface, the fog.
Star Citizen is just about the eye candy.
It's leaps and bounds ahead of what was in 322. So from rendering, let's move on to surface simulation.
Is that
especially the surface, the fog. It's leaps and bounds ahead of what was in 322. So from rendering, let's move on to surface simulation.
Is this 890 landed in the water, or is this motherfucker buoyant? Because I know for a fact that you cannot get your ship close to the water, it will blow the fuck up. Water's explosive in this game. Don't sell me false realities right here. Telling me that an 890 can float. Don't give Don't give players this kind of hopium right here. Don't do it. Don't give players, don't let people think that they can do this.
What we wanted to do was provide some next level visuals to go with all the things that can interact with water in our game. With the nature of the sandbox universe, there's just so many ways you can interact with it. And with all our spaceships and the colossal thrusters and wakes they can throw off, we really wanted to be able to match that with the water rendering.
Exactly. I need to know where the explosion is, because I've gotten close to the water several times and my shit blew the fuck up.
The way we decided to approach this, instead of having a square that follows the camera, like many games do, of water simulation, we wanted to have something more powerful than this. We wanted you to be able to stand at the top of a mountain and watch a ship fly across a lake underneath, drawing the wake behind.
Yeah, see, like, you getting this close to the water in the current patch will blow you the fuck up.
And you wouldn't get that with a fixed square around the camera. So the approach we took was something called region-based surface simulation. This allows us to allocate areas where we need to be simulating and propagating water waves at any given moment, regardless of where the camera is. We can allocate and deallocate these as we need, and we can have a pool of them of any size depending on the spec of your PC. You can actually change the maximum allowed regions in your graphics options.
On medium setting, you can have 32 regions simulated at the same time. You can even go to a very high setting, which would give you as many as 128. To choose the best regions, we try to have the closest and most important ones show up and call the other ones. The fact that we sort it by the number of interaction and how strong they are means that only the most important ones will be shown on screen, which helps, because having a little interaction right in front of you could be useful, but it might not be visible when there's a very big ship going right by and creating a huge wave.
Sounds like you've built a very efficient system then.
We've tried to build a very efficient system.
In order to interact with things that are in the water, we first need to know that they are there. We've hooked up to the physics system, so it sends us events when physical objects like boxes or the player or bits of ship debris are in or floating in the water. From there, we can work out how much water has been displaced and the velocity.
So we got some buoyant objects there, okay.
And pick an appropriate simulation wave speed to match those.
But the thing is also
wave speed to match those. Has been displaced, and
it should also be taken on water because water is getting inside of it, so it should technically be sinking.
The velocity, and pick an appropriate simulation wave
that
speed.
reclaimer is flying fast.
From there, we can apply forces to different texels of each sim region, which then propagate as we update that region over time. As well as responding to physical objects in the water, we can also hook this up to other input types.
For example, we could have a ship falling into water, creating
like no splash. That should be like a big splash. It's like a bathtub.
A huge displacement. But we can also have footsteps near the beach. Or we could also have bullets and missiles and explosions. For the player, this means that you can be way more immersed.
Box has more mass than the Hornet, right?
In your game, as you can see the direct effects of what you are doing, how you are.
That is a really good shot, but they added a whole lot of camera shake. I don't like the CIG loves camera shake for some reason.
Playing on the water.
Now, you can never fly this close to the water, just so you guys know. You can never, like, if you get this close, you're gonna die.
We wanted to be able to create the best visual impact we could without having an impact on your bandwidth and server performance, etc., especially as we move into bigger and bigger player counts. So our water simulation is done on the client and is visual only, and I think that way we get the best possible result out of it.
All of the information that we get from the different systems is then packaged and sent to the water buffer.
Tying this all together is the water buffer. This allows us to take in inputs from multiple systems to the shape of the water's surface, and then use that information in lots of other systems, such as additional effects and, of course, rendering the water. Each patch of ocean is able to render with both the water buffer on and off. If it is off, it simply shows the ocean waves according to where it is on the planet. If it is on, it first populates the water buffer region with the wave data in that patch. We then add in any simulation data or data from other inputs. Then when we come to render the ocean patch, we look up again from this buffer where we have the total added together result of both the original ocean waves, the simulation, and any other inputs.
Camera shake and motion blur are used to hide visual imperfections. Camera shake and all that stuff in games a lot of times just makes me nauseous. It messes with, because there's a lot of shake going on in front of me, but I'm not actually shaking myself. So I look at him just like my brain doesn't interpret that information very well.
To copy the simulation in, we build a mesh that covers parts of the water buffer that we're going to write into. The UV coordinates of each vertex in that mesh point to a specific part of the region atlas. This allows us to read specific parts of simulations and input them to other parts of the water buffer, and it allows us to do it in just one draw call.
It does seem like they're selling the engine. It really does.
Having the water buffer set up like this to receive multiple inputs leaves the door open for implementing multiple types of simulation going forward. For example, beach crest waves could be input into this system. This means as well that any other...
They could be input to the system while they're not in the system already.
The system nearby can look up to see where the waves are and see how high the water is. We use this to drive a number of different effects.
Having the water buffer allows us to have the graphic system query what nearby...
All right, Mesa, what I need you to do is we need to go to Microtech, okay? And we need to land the 890 to jump in the water and see if it blows up or not.
waves are doing. This allows us to render things called caustics. Caustics are where the ocean surface is focusing sunlight onto areas nearby. So, for example, it may focus light from the sun onto the seabed, making certain bright patches animate around. And similarly, light can be reflected upwards onto the side of a vehicle, for example.
I don't know if this is possible. I think the water would kill you if you try to take your 890 jump and do this.
Caustics are a very important visual clue for water rendering, and leaving them out would have meant the water did not look correct.
Well, that was a look into all the work that went into the water in 323. The whole thing is pretty sweet. I'm really happy with how it looks. The team has done a fantastic job. Planet Tech have got some really exciting things coming. I'm really, really excited to dive back into the planets of Star Citizen.
Okay.
I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out the
This is
Fluid
Unreal
Flux
Water
demo
Simulation,
for Fluid
guys.
Flux 2.0. Now, if you don't know what Fluid Flux is, basically it's a plugin for Unreal Engine 5 that features real-time
Oh, look, we
water
got beach
simulation.
crest waves.
And this is probably
out
one
the
of
box.
the most realistic, interactable water systems that you can find anywhere on the Unreal Engine marketplace, and it's absolutely incredible. Now they've just
I wonder if the sea foam here they made from a pan of soapy water.
updated the plugin, or at least the demo. Plugin update is going to be coming soon, but the creator of Fluid Flux updated the demo, and so that's what we're going to be checking out here. And as you can see, this is just insane. So I have this running in 4K on my RTX 4090, and this looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at the water simulation and the waves rolling onto the shore. You really can't find this type of water simulation inside of games. And if you look
Instead of piracy, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna steal people's shit and I'm gonna dump it in the ocean. Like, did you at least sell my RMC? No, I just threw it in the ocean.
closely, one of the new updates is that you can see the waves actually breaking. So this is part of the new update for Fluid Flux 2.0.
Now look at
Water
that, breaking
simulation
waves.
just looks absolutely realistic. And when I say that, I mean it, because I mean, I've lived next to the ocean my entire life, so I think I have a pretty good idea or reference of how the ocean's supposed to look. As you can see, we can swim through the water here, and I mean, the caustics are just beautiful, and you have this really nice little water ripple effects as your character runs through the water. And you don't really see much water interaction inside of games, especially when it comes to things like the shoreline.
Yeah, you can see like all the sea foam. Like, is this soapy water?
Seems like most games will just have, you know, ocean waves off in the distance, but not many games that I know of have actual waves rolling or crashing into the shore like what we're seeing here. Now, one thing that I like about Fluid Flux is if you look at this, you can see how, you know, rough the ocean is over there with all the waves, and then as you go into sort of like this river part, as it gets more shallow, you can see how calm the water is. And I especially love the...
This is the planet known as Terratron in the Omega-3 system.
These little ripples, you can see how it distorts, you know, your shadow or reflection inside the water. But yeah, you can just see how calm the water is over here and how smoothly, you know, it transitions from the ocean just to the shore. But this would be such a good level for some sort of survival game. It kind of reminds me...
I'm just saying, like, this water simulation looks way better. And this is a lot older.
The underwater
I think
part
this
looks great as
came
well.
out like a year
So
ago.
It's good to see that they made sure that they had the underwater post-process and everything look great. So yeah, our character is just swimming across
Look at
the
this.
ocean. Now, I don't actually own this plugin. This is just the demo. So it'd be really cool to try and get my hands on the plugin to incorporate it in some sort of project. Maybe try to...
We don't
combine it
swim
with
because
an app that
spaceships,
would
Mesa.
create in my survival game course, which, by the way, chapter 13 is out.
Like, if I was to
Where we
compare
create the actual open world
waters,
map. So
right?
if you guys want to check that out, check out
I
my
like
course
this water a lot
description.
more.
But what I would like to see is setting up some sort of boat where you can drive around and just testing out the buoyancy, just to see it, you know, drive across the rough waters and see all the interaction that would have with the ocean water. Wow, so we just swam all the way across this island. And look at that, just the water interaction on the shore. This would be perfect for a survival game. I mean, just imagine you've arrived at the
Breaking
nearest
waves
piece
like
of
that.
land, and you've washed up on the beach after days of being stranded out at the sea. But yeah, you cannot find many games with this type of water interaction, especially with the shoreline. Usually it's just a simple water plane that intersects with the shore or the terrain, and sometimes, very rarely in these games, do they actually have foam on the edges of where that water plane intersects with the terrain. But yeah, here are some of the other maps inside the demo. So this one showcases sort of the...
I should download
buoyancy
this.
and actual water simulation. And if you haven't seen this before, this is going to blow your mind, because the water simulation, this is all real time. And this just showcases some of the different buoyant items, things like, you know, plastic water bottles, palm leaves, beach balls, just floating around in the water. And to me, this is crazy, because if you look really closely and see how the water flows, you can see that the items actually follow the flow of the water. So on the edges there, you can see the actual current. And then to the right of
I remember
that,
when I saw this last year, I was like, man, this is so far advanced. And I'm sure this is already being developed beyond this too. So this probably looks even better.
Objects in the water would simulate in real life. I mean, it's just crazy to see this in a game. Now, if we run over here, I really
See if
wanna
these
test
came out in
out
2018 and it has better water than SC now.
But, I mean, here's a
I haven't
little
seen
boat
anything from
buoyancy
Sea of Thieves,
after
but we'll
they
look it up
jump
though.
in. So yeah, over here we can see the water slowly increase and fill up. And there really isn't any real-time water simulation in games. I mean, I remember seeing years ago
This
we had
is crazy
some
right here.
NVIDIA demo for some water simulation. But it was a really early concept, and it never actually made its way into any games. Can't remember the name of what they called it. I think it was just NVIDIA Waterworks. But yeah, here's another example level. So we have sort of this small little island where you have...
The real way to test this is like with like dynamic weather, right? So like rain and like wind, having the wind, you know, have effects on the water and stuff like that too. Would be pretty crazy to see.
The ocean foam looks just absolutely amazing here.
Yeah, this ocean foam doesn't look like soapy water. It looks like actual ocean foam.
And let's actually see if we can swim all the way.
You know, it's hard for me to like get a good shot of it because you know, like streaming, but you know, when I pause it, it's like blurry. But this looks like actual ocean foam and not fucking soapy water. Like,
let's actually see if we can swim all the way out here. And I just noticed, look at the little fish under the water. This is pretty cool. I want to try and see if I can try and hop on this boat, or if I can try and push it to the shore. Hey, wait, look at this guy over here. This must have been the last guy who reviewed Fluid Flux. Anyways, back to the beach demo. You can actually change the time of day. You can just change the lighting. So I just change it to sunset here. And this just looks absolutely incredible. I mean, especially the waves just simulating on the beach. This just looks like, you know, a video you take on your iPhone of the ocean. Just looks all very realistic. We can also set the time of day to noon, so you can have the sun, you know, directly in the top of the sky. But let's actually set this back to a sunset. But yeah, the sunset just reminds me of survival games like Ark. And I just realized you can even do this slow motion. So we got sort of the cinematic run across the beach at sunset. And we can see the, you know, the waves slowly crashing to the shore as we run across the beach. But yeah,
this looks really fucking good.
New Ark,
and this is old.
Ascended, which is supposed to be, I guess, the remastered version.
But how would it work with 6 cruise lux per square foot and PES? I'm not sure, man. I think we would need 8 cruise lux per square foot.
I don't know how good this looks, but I realized I could even zoom all the way out. And it really even looks good from afar too. Maybe even a top-down game would be beautiful, you know, to watch the ocean waves from. And I just now noticed over here they have sort of...
And see, the water looks like someone tried to use a water full of dish soap to make some jello. It doesn't. It does, doesn't it? Instead of actually going to the ocean, right?
I guess like this waterfall area. So let's go check.
It's like $700 million in development, right? For soapy dishwater.
This out real quick. So this is pretty cool. You can see various
Yikes.
Objects spawning in over here, and it just follows the current down. So let's just actually ragdoll into this and see where the current takes us. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Just seeing the water as it takes.
Like if they needed seafoam, like I could actually.
Look at the pillars.
Like fuck, I live in San Diego. Like I could go out and get you some pictures of seafoam, right, bro?
And yeah, just look at the
I would have done it for free.
I mean, even the plastic waste over there. If I ever get this plugin, I'd like to try and test it out in VR. I mean, just make a little scene with some nanite meshes and fluid flux. But yeah, anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to check.
No soapy dishwater here. You guys saying Sea of Thieves has some pretty good water?
There are few things in Sea of Thieves that can match the excitement of...
I just want to see the water, bro.
Not the galleon as well as galleon, but to immobilize them. There was an ice cube's chance in hell of me winning this on my own, but when I heard the satisfying crunch of a 1 ball, I knew I had to capitalize on that. Oh! Deck shot!
I don't know, what is the Assassin's Creed pirate game? I forget what that one was. Black Flag. Black Flag has some really good water in it.
Now you're ready to sail. God again, randy dandy, oh.
This game is like, what, how old?
I thought I heard.
Assassin's Creed 4 in 2023. This actually really surprised me, like genuinely. Is this possibly one of the best Assassin's Creed games ever made?
I mean, like, I'm just trying to look at the water and shit here.
On grounds, which look very cool, isn't perfect here. The sound effect.
I mean, the water looks really, really fucking good.
In combat are out of sync. The sound design is amazing, but for some reason during combat, it's totally off. Enemy ship and twat every single person on board with your crew of pirates, it just never gets old. As you do this, you also unlock upgrades for your ship and more customization options.
Do you think they use soapy dishwater to make this seafoam? Like who thinks that? Like, raise your hand. Can I get a show of hands in the chat if you think this is soapy dishwater out here?
As well, which once again adds a lot of depth to the game. It literally feels like you're playing two
Bro, I should
games
download
in
this and play
one.
it.
The traditional Assassin's Creed formula, where you parkour around the map and assassinate enemies, still exists. But
This
you
game was
also
good. I
have
don't think I
new
ever finished it
aspects
either.
Where you can fight enemy ships, take over forts, and conquer the
Totally soapy dishwater. Screams Dawn to me.
sea as a pirate. It takes everything that works from the original formula and merges it with this new gameplay.
Now this is the great value dish soap right here.
Merges it with this new gameplay as a pirate, and because of this, it never feels repetitive, and there is just so much to do, so gameplay really can't be faulted. So overall, should you play this in 2023? In my view, yes. I think it is one of the best Assassin's Creed games ever made. It's so fleshed out.
The best Assassin's Creed game ever made was Revelations. I'll stick to that. We're gonna try to PU one more time, and if it doesn't work, then you know it doesn't work. There's nothing I can do at that point. Black Flag is really, really good. Assassin's Creed, like, Revelations is also really fucking good. Whatever you do, don't play Skull and Bones. I don't think I played that at all. But Black Flag was a lot of fun. Oh, shit. Oh, that's awkward. It's more than a decade back, though, right? The good old days of Destiny. That game was so popular. You know, to this day, I've never played Destiny. To this day. I ain't never played Destiny. Man, what happened here?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
Haha. Destiny 2 sucks. I've never played any of them, so. Seriously? You think my ship doesn't need service?
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Bruh.
Engines online.
Do I have enough fuel to make it to Crusader? Barely. You lost interest in any game?
Landing gear raised. Hydrogen fuel is at 75%. Floating drive is now on.
Or Scar, dude's pump from Mech Warrior. The only mech game I played was Titanfall, but I never really got too into it. Tomorrow's 420. Should we do a 420 stream tomorrow, guys? Yes or no? Destiny's a game best enjoyed with friends that punishes solo players. Isn't that what SE's trying to do? My honest opinion is give the live model these weapon and gunnery changes and then see like what happens. Your state's 420 friendly? Mine is too. I think every state should be 420 friendly. At this point. Canon's 420 friendly. I wish I can go somewhere and not smell it just once. Yeah, I definitely understand your perspective on that because, you know, for most of my adult life, I wasn't really like around it like that because I was in the military. So the smell can be a little bit off-putting to a lot of people. Because even now, like, I'm not used to it, and I live in San Diego, right? And like, I go places, I'm just like, bro, like, you gotta do that shit here. You know? I think they should treat it like they treat cigarettes. Like, you can't just be smoking that shit everywhere around people. Like, you go to the beach, all you smell is sunscreen and weed. That's what it smells like in San Diego. I remember out by there was this big grove that got busted out by Apple Valley Speedway. And a lot of the weed was still out there too. There was like big bales of it still out there. A lot of it was like all dried up because it wasn't being taken care of, but there was a lot of it out there. I was like, holy shit.
Bottom drive is now off. Bottom drive is now off.
The fact this thing is still flying is crazy to me. Just hit my brakes real quick.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, I'm a guy that uses mostly like edibles. I prefer like to not to put smoke in my lungs of any kind. So I don't really like to deal with the smell or the taste really. I get the best of both worlds. But I've literally like not had any in like months. I think maybe since the end of January, I think. Yeah, Mr. E, that's how I use it too. Ship Sabon's nugget status, keep it going.
Engines offline.
What a shame. What a shame. I don't know, like, are they allowing law enforcement to use cannabis now? In California?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Law enforcement can't use it? Shit, y'all need it the most. My opinion. I remember I got a text from a San Diego Police Department recruiter as I was getting out of the military and stuff.
Hi, welcome to the store. The terminal over there has a few more items than what's on display.
All I got here is size 3s. Yeah, I tend to agree with the public places thing because, well, I feel like people have a right to do what they want to do. I feel like people don't have a right to subject other people to what they do. Especially like kids and shit, like, no, you can't be doing that, bro. So like, it's weird to me, like when I go to the beach and like everyone's just out there smoking weed, like around kids and stuff. I'm just like, bro, like this ain't cool. At least for me, it's not. I don't agree with it.
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered to
I'm that way with a lot of things too. Like, you know, people bringing their animals into restaurants. Like, I don't like that. Like, don't bring your animals in like to where I'm eating at. Yeah, it's not for everybody, bro. Like, and that's the thing, and that's why like I'm very like respectful. Cause like even like my neighbors, my neighbor has they have two very small children, and you know, I don't smoke often because like you can smell it through the walls. Like my neighbor on my other side of me, like whenever she smokes, I can smell it through her walls. And so like I don't smoke in my house because I don't want her, you know, her infant child. She has I think a 3-year-old and like a newborn. Like I just don't want them smelling that. You know what I mean? It's like it's a respect thing. I know she'd be like, oh well, you know, fuck the neighbors, right? But like for me, it's like nah, bro. Because I'd be pissed if like if someone was always smoking and like you could smell that shit and my kids are around it. Like nah, bro. Like I'm so respectful to my neighbors. Like I don't start my GTR at certain times of the day. Like early, like very early in the morning, I won't start my car, and I try not to take it out very late at night or come back late at night because my car is so fucking loud. You know what I mean? So I try to be as respectful as I can. You know, when time permits me to do that. I fired up a nice cigar. The cigars smell good though, man. Like I had a cigar somebody gave me. I don't know what brand it was, but I never smoked it. I just used to smell it because it smelled good. Cigar smells so good. Exactly, Luna. And that's basically like my principle, right? You know, because I've like, bro, like I've done things like mushrooms and like LSD and like, you know, that's the extent of my psychedelic use, right? But I don't subject other people to it. I would never subject other people to it. If I'm doing something, it should be just to me, myself, and no one else around me should be affected by like what I'm actually doing. If what I'm doing to myself is now affecting other people, now that's a problem. And we can't have those kind of problems in society, you know? Like you can't walk around, you know, tweaked out, you know what I'm saying? You can't walk around just smoking weed just because it's legal, just because it's Tuesday and you want to go out and smoke weed because you can and blow it in people's faces. Like, nah, bro, you can't do that shit. And this may be because, you know, like, I was in the military for so long, so maybe that has a little bit of, like, influence on me. Like, you don't want the perception of, like, just weed smoke being on you because people look at you crazy. And I think that's, you know, and I think that's a good perception to have because weed, like, it does stink. You know, it does stink. So it also makes your breath smell bad. I remember I was dating this girl and she was kind of a little bit of a stoner. And she would like always be high, right? And I would like smell like she would like be close to me. I could like smell her breath. I'm like, bro, your breath stinks. And she'd be like, no, it doesn't. I'm just like, your breath smells like weed. And I would tell her like, I don't want to kiss you and taste weed in your mouth. Like, that's gross. Like, I would tell her like to go like clean her mouth. So I'm conscious and I'm always like aware of these things about myself and about people that are closest to me, right? Well, if you were halfway decent in the military, they taught you not to be a shitbag. I think that's what it really is. Just be a decent human being. A halfway decent human being. Yeah, we had a close family friend that used to smoke in their house. I don't think Canop ever met this I don't think Canop ever met this family friend, but basically we would go to her house and basically you had to take a change of clothes with you because as soon as you came out of her house, your clothes would just smell like cigarette smoke. And as soon as you got home, you have to like wash your clothes off because she smoked inside of her house. She never opened the windows, never changed her air filters. It just smelled like cigarettes. I was like, man, like, how do you breathe inside of here? Yeah. Like, even as like when I use edibles, right? Because I'm not saying like using weed is bad. I don't think it's inherently bad. Like I like it, right? You know. But even like when I use edibles, like I know that when I eat that edible, my mouth is going to smell like weed. So if I don't want to smell like that, I should go, eat a mint or something like that. Or go brush my fucking teeth. Or brush my tongue. Or do something. Get some mouthwash. Server error. Get some mouthwash. Do something so your breath doesn't fucking smell like that. Nah, but I had a grandma like that. She sounded like she's like the old lady used to smoke 90 a day. Yeah. This paint do be looking good though. Ironclad paint. Good job. Give me an ironclad paint from my F8, please. Thank you. Yeah, but to make a long story short, like I don't like when people smoke weed in public places. I think it's like, what I'm saying? I think it's weird. I think it's weird that you want to be high in public. You know, if you're at your house, you know, and you smoke a little weed in your house, cool. But if your house just like smells like weed like all the time, like I had a friend that got out of the military, and I would go to his place and it would just always smell like weed. I'm like, bro, like, what do you do all day? He's like, yeah, man, you know, I got out and like I just started smoking. It's like, bro, probably should slow down, because all your house smells like is weed. Like, just think about like when people come over, like they're gonna associate you with being a stoner. You know, people come to my house, it smells like lavender in this bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mine should be smelling like flowers. Because even though like it's legal, there's still a lot of people that have like a negative perception of it. And I personally don't need any more negative perceptions. Personally. Oh shit. Fuck. I'm trespassing. For me, like, weed is like alcohol. It's like, if you're always like drunk in public, people look at you like you have a disorder. I think we should look at it the same kind of way, right? Hello? I have left the channel. Uh-oh. Well, that's not a good sign. This is true. You are not wrong, my friend. Might have to switch to guns and back into nav. Shaking my head. Oh, there it goes. Haha, I QT with fucking an SEM gun mode by breaking the game.
Quantum drive is now off.
Actually, I don't know where I'm going. You're not the spaceport. I want to support Xeno Threat. Oh, hello? City, where did you go? Well, I'm dead. Oh, look at my tongue. Get a screenshot of that. And I'm back at the Pyro Gateway. Exactly where I wanted to be. I did find the town. I did find it. I got exactly what I was looking for. I wasn't specific in how I was looking for it, but I got it. It's great. I don't know if my lightning, well, my lightning's useless over here because the cockpit's bad. F7, I was trying to get for the Panthers on it, but I couldn't.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
And define playable.
How are you? You should consult the terminal for that.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
All right, well, I think that's going to be it for me for today, guys. It was fun having a conversation with you guys, and maybe we'll hop on tomorrow for a little bit of time. I wish it was open for more people so I can get people like Canop in to play with. But, you know, we'll see what happens next week. But, yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream.